think I lost internet. I think my internet went out some because Twitch is saying that I've been live for 3 minutes. So I think my internet went out. That's not fun. That, that. All right. So we have this created. I might need to remake the model. Might need to remake the model for the outside, but I'm also missing some markers, I think. Muzzle. Am I missing the muzzle brakes on the first model? All right, there's only. Yeah, I only need one on the first person. But all right, I think it's time that I do the textures and stuff. So real quick, let's turn on text edit mode. F isn't used and D isn't used. Below isn't. Okay, so everything up here. Rename that. Okay, so then I'm going to go into edit mode. Don't know why we have two of these holograms, so I'm just going to remove one of them. um, I need to hide the thingy mobubbo. I think that's all of it. Yeah, okay. Is this? That's lowest. So it's just hologram and clothes. Hologram, hologram. Okay. So let's go to text data editor. Here we go. Now, can I wanna, I'm thinking of replacing the carbine shell and the other thing. Only issue, I think it does be moved. There's a lot of vertices. Kind of wish Halo Online separated, or at least go. It would take a little bit of effort, but not impossible. Doesn't look like any of them overlap. Doesn't look like any part of the shell model overlaps onto the metal. I'm gonna do this side, this entire side of the carbine. This is just so I have more control over the color of the carbine shell. Doesn't overlap. I have plenty of. I'm also thinking of getting the Halo 2 anniversary carbine. The interior, so I should be able to take. That's not. I still have more to collect. I'm gonna have to assign this to another model or another shader. I'm just gonna copy the carbine texture and rename it. So I'm gonna do the bottom part, and then I'll do the top half. Is that a shell or is that metal? That's metal. Just I think it's metal. Is it? No, that's definitely shell. I just unselected all that for nothing. Oh god, Blender's controls. I wish the guy who did Reclaimer made a thing that let you move it around like Canon that. God, this reminds me of when I had to do the Freddy Fazbear model. Maybe I can script my own tribute room in this mod. A tribute room to everyone who helped out. I'll put, I'll put, I'll put people in who helped me, and then I'll put in thank you for this person for not releasing the tags and forcing me to learn how to do something. Thank you, this person, for not releasing your Mauler tag so I could be forced to learn how to set up this stuff. It'd be funny. That'd be a little funny hee hee ha ha. That should be the shell. If I move that down, it just goes. Next working. Thought I saw something crawl across my desk. Okay. That's that one. Let's assign this to this while I can. Shell. Assign it to that. All right. Now we have two. We have carbine shell and we have carbine. We have regular carbine. I just need to do the rest of the shell because I need to make it. I need to rename carbine to carbine like metal or something. I keep getting Halo song stuck in my head. God damn it. I've got the ODST theme in my head now. I was testing out. I was looking at tags and what I could use for tag. And I was playing the Halo combat of Halo Reach Evolved game or mod, and I was like, oh, Sentinel Beam would be pretty cool, but I don't have any support low animation, and I don't know how Vengeful Fadam did it. I'm pretty sure he just ported over either Halo 3 animations or he got some or made some. At this point, it doesn't look like we're going to make any support low because that's difficult. That's like way more difficult to figure out than first person animations. I might ask for help from the community if someone's willing to help out or just straight up willing to make the animation. Okay. You know, I just realized I probably could have just selected the hood. And I have to do the entire top part of the carbine. The hood's been selected. The hood's already got its textures. You guys can look at me. Look at my beautiful face. It's actually a really detailed model. And this was made for a Halo 3 basically knockoff. At least I believe it was made in Halo 3's. I recall it being made in Halo 3's. They even replaced the auto turret with a Covenant auto turret, which I do actually have the model for, and I'm thinking of putting into the game as an armor ability. I really want to put auto turrets as an armor ability. Although I don't know if I would make them like timed or just give them really weak health or what. I would have to time them because I feel like they would just sit there forever if I didn't time them. Uh, like, dun 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 dun. Okay, now I can just select massive portion. I really wish this was already done, but you know I can. It's fine. It's fine. This is the most effort I've put into this thing. I probably could do the same thing with the SMG and the Mauler, but like I feel like those look good without it. It's because these have shells that need to have reflections and stuff that I need to change this. Is that everything? Apparently not, because something is stretched. What did I miss? Something on the inside? Did I select something I'm not supposed to? What if I separate selection and I move it? I wanted to move it, not make it bigger. Yep. Astra, thank you for the raid. Hi everyone, my name's Lucky. I'm just training content creator and streamer. I'm currently modding today. Astra, how are you doing? How was stream? What are you playing? What am I missing? I'm missing a little thing. Tire under six. Fuck, I missed a lot, didn't I? Oh. Wait, what? But if anyone from Astra's chat needs to go take care of themselves, feel free to do so. You can come back at any time. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, at least I don't think. But yeah, Astra, how was stream? What you doing? You fun? I think that's everything. Selection. Nope, there's another thing that I'm missing there. I'm pretty sure the things I'm missing are interior things, so that shouldn't matter. And I missed this. Okay, I'm gonna assign that to that. Okay, carbine shell, and then the carbine metal. That looks good. That looks like it can work. Okay. Okay, screen again. Here we have, I've set up materials for this. Flashlight, primary trigger, like back a bit. Yeah. Before we continue, where I need to get the materials. I'm gonna get the plasma rifle shell for the carbine. Yeah. Actually, probably grab. I have an idea, actually. First off, we open an object, weapons, rifle. I can actually just take them both the plasma rifles, metal and shell shape, and then get needle rifles. Okay, I have an idea. First, let me extract the thing. I don't know why there's normal. The G. I think that's the glow. Yeah, that's the glow. The G is the glow. For this, extract from the current file for the hologram. Extract from hologram. Fuck, I'm slowly losing where I'm supposed to be. Weapons, rifle, carbine, shaders. All right. The loom indicator can stay. Loom indicator is going to be called carbine color. We're going to get plasma rifle metal, carbine, plasma rifle shell. That was carbine. Yeah, there we go. Copy that. On the gun itself is supposed to be a hologram. I think it's supposed to be like the one behind this one. I don't know if that's what that's supposed to be, but we'll figure it out. I don't know if it's reloaded. Let's export. Foundry export our new thing. I'm going to quickly make a bitmap folder. I'm going to quickly make that bitmap folder just so I can use it later. Halo Online. Not there anymore. It's files. Reach Covenant Carbine. First. Here we are. Open all of them up in Paint.net. Let's check this transparency real quick. So it looks like the carbine by default is. We can always change that thing. All right, let's start extracting these. Save the directory. Carbine diffuse. Carbine normal map. I've gotten a lot better at doing textures for this game, and not fucking over the look of gun. By that I mean I've done a good job not fucking up normal map. TIFF. I don't know why TIFF file. That confused. I don't know what they. Covenant Carbine. Open up the first person render model. Okay, so it has its shaders. They're just not text. Here, that if I go into first person, you'll see that's not text, but it has text. More or less, it has text. What we want to do is carbine, and we got to go all the way back. So we're fine. We're going to be fine with. Have to copy and paste. First person. Oh wait, I never transferred in the bitmaps. Hang on. I actually have to put in the bitmap. I can't just be like it's done. Still on ODST for some reason. Reach editing kit. I left the bitmaps in here because I'm stupid. Okay, bitmaps have been imported. Now we need the diffuse, which is D. Before I go any further, I want to copy that. Bump map, which is the normals, which is N. Save that. And as we can see, we've got the carbine's metal done. Now we just need to do the shell, which is the little outer casing thing. In case it wasn't obvious. Shell. Here. Back here. Fuse again. Here. Normal. Save. And bam. Covenant carbine's got its shell. Now if we go debug. Render freeze. This is what the carbine looks like. I think it looks nice. I think we did good with the carbine. Another thing we can do now is we can actually add a illumination shader, self-illumination shader to the carbine. And if we go back to where we have our normal textures, we go back to where we had our normals, go diffuse, and we set the self-illum color to white. Save that. Now, parts of it glows. Now, I don't know why the rest of it's glowing. Actually, that shouldn't happen. Just to 1. Oh, right. I know why it happened. Never mind. I can fix that. 3. It's because I used the diffuse textures, not the illumination texture. It's G, glow. At least I think it's G for glow. Yeah. I use the diffuse text. There we go. Now, as you can see, we have this glowing nicely. Looks good. It looks really nice. And then we're gonna import this model to third person too. It sucks that the entire barrel doesn't pull back, but then it would like kind of break everything. Oh wait, no, never mind. I was so stupid for a second there. I thought I saw something, but all right. Now another thing we have to do: render carbine hologram. Okay, that's the light. The light is correct. We need this to be green. There we go. Now, I think I can set it to function. I can set the color to function based on input. Ammo? Hang on. I can get the... You out of here. Where is the needle? Because I know the needle rifles thing is based on how much ammo. Shaders. Bloom indicator. Not? Guess not. Reload it? I think it's something else. Reload effect. Play? Okay, yeah, it's based on ammo. Curve. I set this to curve, ammo. This part should be neon green, while the bottom should be red, like a dark red. Time period? Do I need time period? No. Now it's bright green, and as I fire it, yeah, it starts to turn red. Till it eventually goes dark red. That works so well! Alright. I think I might do the same for the other. I think I might duplicate that. And just do hologram. Do that. I'm going to go back here. Go back into Blender. Find the missing shaders. Found the one missing shader. Okay, the inside is done. It's using the wrong texture. That's fine because we can fix that. Go to here. Right. Yes, it works. Okay. Debug. Unrender freeze. Look at that. That's so cool. All right, now I just got to make. Then I go into third person and see that the model isn't even done or anything. All right, go over to here. I think everything but the hood is assigned to gun. Edit mode here. Everything except for the hood. Except for the hood assigned to gun. Go here. Edit. Join. Save as. That should replace the third person. Yep. There we go. Oh, that's beautiful. Even in third person, it goes red. Oh, it's perfect. Now you may say it doesn't match the Halo look, but if I just bring in a... I don't know why the... Oh, right, because that's how low it is in Blunt. No, it's not. Why is it? I don't know why it decides to hold it from the high up. I mean, I guess it just means I have to be careful where I place them in on modded maps and stuff. But if I grab like a needle rifle, you'll see that they're not too dissimilar. Okay, I actually need to grab the needle rifle. I forgot that the carbine looked like the needle rifle. Grab the needle rifle and I'll grab the plasma rifle. And this is where I got the texture. So it's not like too different. It looks very similar to the other gun. Although I'm surprised how much bigger the new. I might need to increase the size. Although actually, let me put them on the same. Need a rifle. Need a rifle. No, it just has more back. If I were to do this, they're pretty much identical in size. Just you hold the needle rifle from further back. I don't know why. It looks so good. It actually fits so well. Why does Halo Online have such good models? Let's go to this. Self-illumination intensity. Let's set this to 5 and let's see how bright. Then I have to test to see how the enemies hold the gun. 5. Okay. Now I need to get enemies to hold this weapon. Because then I have to test. This can stay. That one can be removed. That's the hold. Why didn't I use this? Ah, what? Fine. It works. There's no difference, I hope. What else is here? What other weapons can I port from this game? Fuck. Weird ass. First person. And these animation. I'll keep the animation using the old what are they called? The old Halo 3 Carbine model. So now if I go units, the only ones that can hold, I'm gonna need to do jackals too. Jackals and skirmishers. Let me grab the skirmishers and jackals. Why? I still have pretty fast in my thing. Jackal. Grab them. Jackals and skirmishers use the same thing. Pretty sure the Spartans have the same one. Let's remove the debug tech. We're going to replace you with a skirmisher. Yeah. Skirmisher miner. And then we'll do a jackal miner. Not jackal miner. Jackal knife. Apparently they have two different enemies. I don't. You have get that. All right. I like how his pants just changed. Okay, now we're gonna get all three of these guys to spawn with carbine, which I have to change their thing. We could not close. I'm gonna make the background less bright. 2.5 2. Actually 3.3 to 2. Just so the icon is more pronounced. Let's see. One moment. Weapons. Right, I need to go to my separate tags now. Weapon. No, that's rifle cub. Copy that. Paste that. Okay. The Marines don't hold it correctly. I think that has something to do with the right hand. Where's the Spartan's right hand? Okay. Export the new 3D model. Oof, almost. Did his hand? Or I can't tell if his hand moved for it or right hand. What? No, I had it in the right spot. It's just his left hand needs to move. Where's his left hand? Why is the left hand spawned? This is really where it has to go to. I forgot that when Marines hold things, think their weapons are even smaller in their hand. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's no way I made it that size. And then I remembered Marines hold things a lot smaller. I'm going to rotate this a little bit. Hopefully that works. Oh, yeah, that works. It's small in there. Wait, there's a unit size button. Hang on. Each weapon has its own unit size, I believe. Where is it? Here we go. Because grenades look better as coconut. Marine. What is a Marine unit size? Small. There we go. The Covenant weapons look better when they're bigger in the human hand. What is player? Player unit's probably large. What is item owner size? Medium. Damn. The medium one is actually pretty small in Spartan's hand. Yeah. Right. The thing that happens when you pick things up. There we go. Much larger. Much better. There we go. Why is the carbine? Why is the needle rifles got so many modifiers? Oh, whatever. All right, but Marines seem to hold it very nicely. Nice and large in their hand. Doesn't look out of place. All right, now we'll do the elites because I like the elites more than I like the. Call it what you want. Not that. I know what you. Not. Where's my new? Oh, nothing. That's why it didn't move. I tried to open a folder but it didn't move, but there's nothing in the folder, so it didn't do anything. I thought it froze. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to increase the size of that. It's so small in the elite's hands. Um, okay, that's in the right spot. Also very small. Elites are large, right? Item owner site large, right? I don't know why they look so small in the elites. What is 1.5? I can't wait for 1.5 to make it look fucking cute. Jesus, that's massive. That does not need to be that large. 1 point. That looks better. Spartans use a medium thing. Thankfully, thankfully on not think they each enemy seems to have a different size they hold. Which gun is I'm so happy with how this turned out. And then I need to rotate. I might need to move the elites back a little bit and then rotate. No, I shouldn't actually have to rotate it. They're elite. They don't need to hold it as close. Up and back a bit. Why he's holding it. Like his left hand is okay. Yeah. Then it like sticks out like that. I hate being perfect. I wish I wasn't I wish I wasn't. Um I rotated. That works. Works a lot better. I might have to move forward a bit. Cool. There we go. Now the elites can hold it. I might need to do a map reset before I flood the thing. Hang on. I'm gonna make the Marines hold a. I'm gonna make the Marine. I'm gonna make the Marine hold a needle rifle just to compare the size to make sure I'm not making it too large for each character. I do not want some of them to just be ridiculous. Eh, not too bad. I want to check. I'm going to check the needle rifle size for the elites to see if I actually do need to make it smaller or not. The Marines look like they're holding it for about the right size. Now I want to check out the Elite. I think they need a rifle. I think the probably. Yeah, carbine's fine. Carbine doesn't need to be changed. Now I'm going to do jackals and skirmishers because they need their own hand tag. I don't think that I need to add. I think I need to add it. The item owner size is medium jackal. They'll hold the same size. That's not a like they got their people. Oh wait, no, they have the jackal things here. Jackal hands it here. Thankfully. Spot that. Make sure it goes to the right spot instead of their crotch. Nice. That's actually really cool. Okay. ODST editing kit. Jackal. Left hand. Alright, just needs to go up a little. But that's actually the perfect spot. That's actually perfect. Jackal. I can't wait to set these carbines up with actual firing tag. Damn, six. Everyone's dropping so. It's on. This I think is the best looking gun I've ever ported because of how things. Hey, I also. I'm actually glad with how. It looks great. It looks great. We have all these characters holding carbine. I feel like he's holding it like he's holding it kind of like this, but I think that might just be because of his stand, because he tilts on the side. What I like most about Halo 2 Anniversary and Halo Online stuff is that they match reach very compared to the like the older Halo games. Like there are games that I will put items in, but there are games that I won't put a Halo 3 item in Halo 2, but I will put a Combat Evolved item in 2, and I'll put a 2 item in Combat Evolved. 3 is in a ground where I don't think either any game fits its style to the point where you can't just put anything in. I feel like 3 is stuck in a point where nothing it has fits in other games, but nothing other games have fit in its game. Carbine. If you know what I mean. Everyone's gonna everyone cool and unique. Huge. Why did I call it the X? Call the S X X not execution. Not gonna kill someone. They might try. All right, brutes. Okay, brutes seem to have somewhat armature, but I think that's just because it's left over from the. Yeah, it's just left over from Halo. That's the left hand. Why is the left hand is where everyone else is. Why didn't you work? You're on. Hang on. I guess you get that. I guess you get that. I don't know why that didn't work. How you doing, Nex? I'm not quite. Oh, now it works. Motherfucker. What? 0, 0, and then 0.0. Actually, what is let's hold it correctly. Oh, what's happening? Hand is holding it a bit low. Brute, I think. Tired and just finished Truck Simulator. Let's. Wait, you can finish that game? I thought you just keep driving. What does he look like when he's holding a needle? That's what I want. Probably why they don't cover. Because their animations don't match. No, finish playing. I thought it was like you can finish like game. I did not know that. No. I didn't think it was a game you could even finish. That's why I was so confused. Alright, let's. The brute hand for some reason is broken. Or at least he's flipped it completely. Let's just copy the rotations for the export. Hopefully that's rotates the right way. Yep, rotates the right way now. I think a little bit off. A little bit that way. And hi, Fasani. How you doing? Hey, that's what we like to see. I held it correct. How are you doing, son? How was stream? It was stream. You'll never guess what I figured out how to do, Fasani. Give you a hint. Title. Found out I'm not getting sick, but still. What did you do? I figured out how to import animations from other Halo games. I imported all these animations from Halo 3 into Halo Reach. Even with their sounds and everything. I do need to lower the sound effect. Very loud. Like, I should not be hearing the brush. I know nothing about Halo, but cool. I'm gonna poke this guy. He's gonna take offense. No, they're not getting offended anymore. Damn, they used. If for some reason when I spawned these guys in last time, I would touch them and they'd go. Rrr! And I don't know why. I'd just be like, "Why are you getting offended?" But yeah, I managed to import the Halo 3 Carbine animations into Halo Reach and the Mauler. Surprised you didn't mod it with your model. I could try to, but these are already pre-created animations. Like, I didn't hand animate. I ported in the Halo 3 animations into Reach, and then for animations that didn't exist, such as sprinting, I had to modify it with pre-existing animation. You'll notice when I finish sprinting that the model will kind of shake a little bit. That's just it going back to the normal position. But yeah. It works. It works really nicely. So now I can import my own animation. Asking for it the other way. No, I wanted to animate the thing I sent you earlier. Or not, a while ago. I wanted to animate that thing I was talking about. I forgot the funny fact about Gen. I wanted to animate that. Or at least try to. But then I got sidetracked with this project. I wanted to learn how to do animations because people have been putting these two weapons into this game, but haven't been releasing the tags. So at some point I was just like, fuck it, I'll learn how to port the animations myself. And I sat in front of this computer for 6 hours yesterday, not figuring out why it wasn't working. And the guy named Chris, the guy who made the animations, the program to port the animation, helped me out in the Halo modding server, and was just like, "Did you do this?" I clicked like 1, 2, 3 button, and then I clicked export again, and it started working, and I was just like, but basically what I was trying to do was make it so originally, if you looked around, the gun wouldn't move. It would just be staying in this static position. If you looked around, it would just not make any movement. But I asked the Discord for help, and the guy who made the tools was just like, you have to do this in case you haven't. And so now if I look around, the gun will like sway around. The gun will now sway, move closer or further, depending on if I'm looking up or down. And now it looks really nice. In fact, I'm going to quickly save the scenario. And I'm going to package the map and see how it looks in the actual game. I'm going to see how it looks in game, like in the actual game. Lighting reference, package level. I need to... But you were playing Fantasy Life, right, Fasani? Modded map, Halo Reach, test on map, maps, editing kit, map. I have to wait for that to be done. Might as well get the Fmod, which if you don't know, Fmod is the sound file. The sound file. Right, I have the back. I have the back. Yeah, finish my art, then Fantasy Life. Ooh, you finished your art. Can Lucky see the art? I don't care how many times you send me a notification, Facebook. I am not looking at things I don't want. Halo 2, but every enemy is Esh. Someone responded to my CE, but every weapon has a misfire chance. Just said no. I don't think they're willing to hear me out. Where'd you? Oh, is it on Twitter? Photos vintage. Photos vintage. You guys probably didn't hear my audible gasp. Damn, Fasani's new art shows her character even more damage. Damn, Fasani's floating pieces now. Your entire body is floating pieces, and now I'm just imagining you being like, you're on the couch, eh, eh, and then you just disconnect your hand and it starts floating to grab something. My nightshade, so it's fuzzy, but must protect. Ah, yes. Yeah, I'm just imagining your character just your arm floating away to grab something far away from you. You can't be bothered getting up, so you'll make your hand float. All right, replace this map with a new one. Now let's boot up Halo Master Chief Collection. Why does Steam say OBS is? That scares me. Steam, you're scaring me right now by saying. Let's see how these weapons look in an actual MCC thing. Campaigns, Halo Reach, test on the spawn map. Yeah, it's just called test. Turn on acrophobia. Holograms will run to a designated position. Okay. I love how all these still work. I like the model that I made for the... Well, I didn't make a model for the brute. I kind of just edited them. They look nice. Someone says something dumb, I can just slap them from the comfort of my couch. Someone's just in the kitchen, you're just like, hey. So that looks really off. Really often. Why does it look so far down? Alright, where's the mauler? There's... There's the battle rifle here too. Which I had to fix the textures for this because they were using custom textures, but they were so glossy that it didn't... Now, why is the carbine so far away? Oh, right. Hang on, I know why. Because I really wish I could test out centered cross. Hang on. I'm going to see if I can use centered crosshairs. Asani, did you beat the new enhanced bug boss? I hope that's not a spoiler. No spoiler. When the Ren bug comes out, stun and blast everything you have. That sounds like every boss in fucking Destiny. Alright, guys, so the boss is gonna come out, it's gonna stand still, and everyone just fucking fire all cylinders. Someone asking if it's possible to switch crosshairs and Sapien only to be ignored. Made. Uh, oh, it's under globals? Sorry, fuck. Who wants to say something? First off, I'm gonna quickly go to the Carbide and change its thing. I guess set everything to 0. And then just re-export. Close. All right, who wants to see something really funny? Let me get. I have so many folders open. It's actually on how much. Here is an image of Halo Reach during the pre-alpha. So this is before people have access to the game. This is an image of Halo Reach before the game has access. Before people have access to playing the game, okay? What is wrong with this image? Sani, if you're still there and you would like to contribute, just let me know. What is wrong with this image right here? Wait, I think next noticed. Asani with the question mark. He's a little confused. Why is the crosshair over there? Where's the crosshair, Fasani? Yeah, I love shooting off into over here. Now, funny enough, he is actually hitting the enemy in front of him because there's blood splattering from the bullets. But I don't know why this is over here. Because you can see the purple blood. But I don't know why this happened. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if that... Hang on, let me just... That's just important. That's... I just need to make sure this... Can't let them know your next move. Yeah, well, you're not even going to know the next move. Nobody's going to know what's going on. It's... Exactly. I can't let myself know my next move. It's so dumb. It also looked like they were going to keep the HUD colors from ODST to Reach. Either that or that was just or that was just what they ported over and they just couldn't be bothered changing the colors just yet. Oh my god. I've seen this image so many times and it's so funny to look at. Reopen content. We don't do that. And Fasani. Forget that I said. You don't need to worry about what I said. Okay, that's up. It should be a different. Oh wait, hang on. Wait, no, I think I gotta quit back out of this first. Yep. Yellow reach test. I say I have no Halo knowledge until I saw that crosshair. Yeah, you don't need knowledge to know that that's definitely not in the right place. Okay, there we go. Now that's in a much more normal spot. Yeah. Now this is in a much more normal spot. Now let's grab the sprint. Because I have to use the in-game to test things like this. We don't have an airborne sprint animation. I never did an airborne sprint animation. We're missing an animation. I gotta add the Halo Reach sprint animation from the DMR to this thing. Insert the keyframe there. I know. That's how I feel right now that I've just noticed. I also haven't seen the idle animations yet. I should probably do that at some point. Insert keyframe. Oh, wait. Holy shit. I don't have to do anything else? What? I guess I don't. Oh, that was dumb of me. I shouldn't have inserted the keyframe just yet. Hang on. I forgot that I actually have to change the position of this thing. Set the keyframe for that. Okay, now we move this. I don't think I'm going to have redo much for this animation set, but I'm just doing this now. Okay, awesome. Now I can re-export the animations. Hang on. Now we should have an airborne animation. Why is the jetpack not working? I just turned on the goddamn jetpack. Let me jetpack. I don't think this took away any sounds like it did with the Mauler. Because when I was working on the Mauler, anytime I changed something, it would take away the sounds. Okay. I might lower this. Because I'm pretty sure every other gun gets lowered in reach. Where's the tags for the assault rifle? I can't believe I forgot about that. Okay, -001. That's only for the very last one. Save that. And now we're going to package the map again. While we wait for that to load, I'm going to quickly see the idle animation. I want to look at the idle. You know, look at. I'm happy with how this thing turned out. It looks really good. I think this is the best looking gun I've done, or at least the best looking things I've done. I might go back and uncompress all the Mauler animations too. I think they're compressed a bit as well. Also, pretty sure there's a hand going through the. That's no matter. No, it shouldn't be seen once they think. He's on my team. Alright, let me see if those elites will get pushed if I touch them. Alright, these guys are all holding their carbines too. Looks really. I'm just happy to have this thing turned. I think I hurt that brute a lot. Some shot. A bit low res than the rest of the stuff. It looks. I can always get some higher quality shoulder pads. I'm also thinking of replacing this with the original carbine thing. I don't know why they don't talk. Alright, let's see if that's done. I'm still going. I also need to get the weapon icons into the game. So that I can have like pickup icon for the carbine and stuff. I also need to fix the sensor, kind of like the Halo. Have I made this thing generate no heat by mistake, or is that just what? Is that just what this modifier does? Is that? Have I made generate no heat back? While I'm checking, I might as well change the firing. I fuck up the heat generated per round. No, I guess that's just what happens when you turn on the thing. Let's change the plasma rifle firing sound effect to make the sound of the Halo 3-1. Why people don't like the Halo class. It looks cool. Yeah, enough. I mean, I probably should have changed it before I exported the map. Still gonna sound like the Halo Reach test. Right, I still got the map open. Alright, let's see how the carbine looks now. If it still looks too high up, I'll switch it to 0.02. I just wish that there was a way to test Sapien without having to open up an actual map. That's not too bad. That's about the same height as other weapons. There we go. Bro, this headache. Fight the headache. Show it who's boss. Show the headache who's boss. Oh yeah, this is a lighting test map, by the way. Yeah, these are actually a biped. They're called These Are My Balls. That's not even a joke. They're just called My Balls. Oh yeah, these are all the what's it called? Materials. These are all the materials. This is to practice reflection materials and stuff. So like, yeah, I think this is the Covenant material. You got this kind of material. These things. I don't know, that's dirt. Oh, it says on them. Mud. Ice. Mud and ice say something, but nothing else do. Sand. Fucking fleshy thing. Glass? More flesh? Which has no sound. I'm assuming this is old flood flesh that doesn't work anymore. Rock? This is Forerunner, I believe. Don't know. There's like a floating thing here. All right, we can also check the display slowly turning red. It's such a neat little feature that I was able to add, and I'm so happy that you'll notice that the thing just slowly turns red. Yeah. Everything is pretty much done, just except for the extra effects and the weapon firing stuff, and probably HUD elements. I need to do HUD elements too. But I'm so happy with how this has turned out. Like compared to the needle rifle. I'm gonna have to change how this one works, just so we don't have two of the exact same gun. I might have to turn it to a brighter red so it's more... I don't know. Just... It's so cool. And to think that the tech materials that I used for the carbine just come from this gun. and I just modified the bitmaps, the textures. The shading and all that is from the plasma rifle, but the textures are for the carbine. Oh, that's water. I thought that was ice. Oh, wait, there's water over here. I can't go under. Oh, we got Z fighting. Oh, God, that just lags the game. Where's the ice? Is that not the ice? That is. I'm not quite sure why they decide to make the fleshy bubbles move, but they do. Also, we have Warthog. Are they not drivable? The turrets work. No, it's moving. Why is that here? Why is there just a longsword in the sky? Oh, the falling animation is working. It's just not working. Wait, what causes it to... Is it because I have... Yeah, I don't know why the falling animations sometimes work. Supposedly dark here, but there's nothing to prove it. Alright. I think I'm going to call it. We managed to get a carbine done today. And I think tomorrow I'm going to look for another thing to add to the game. Another weapon to import, maybe. Another weapon to import. Yeah. I don't think we're going to raid out. I think we're here. I hope everyone had a good day, night, whatever time it is for you. And I will see everyone, not tomorrow. I will be back the day after tomorrow because Fasani, Keenan, and I believe Keenan, will be playing Minecraft. It will be epic fun time bonanza that I'm sure Fasani hasn't forgotten about. Right, Fasani? You haven't forgot, right? Hang on. I'm gonna damn quick. I don't know if Fasani likes sweat. Yeah. She blocked me? No, did Fasani block me? Oh, there she. I'm gonna go now. We're gonna end stream. I hope everyone has a good day, night, whatever time it is. We will see everyone my Sunday. Other people's Saturday. Fasani Saturday.